Welcome back to another car review, everybody. Today we are driving a 2012 Camaro SS with the 2SS RS package, which means that it comes with some premium interior upgrades like the leather seats, for example, which feel very nice. I've always loved the Camaro seats. It also comes with the upgraded stereo. It's got a heads-up display, which is really cool. I didn't know Camaros had that until I got in the car today. And the RS package also comes with the upgraded headlights. It's got projector headlights with the LED running light accents, which of course looks all the more iconic, gives it a much meaner face. And so overall it's a really great package. Of course, this is the L99 engine, which is the engine that is paired up with the 6-speed automatic transmission. Yes, this is an automatic. And it is a lot of fun to drive, actually. So far, the transmission feels very responsive. Luckily, we are in the mountains today for this drive, so we get to kind of put it through some twisties and see how the car performs. Of course, as you guys could probably tell from the glamour shots, this car is not stock. It has had a few things done to it, nothing major, but it has had a few modifications. So it is up from the 400 horsepower that it has stock. It's likely that the car is around 425 horsepower now. It's got a cold air intake, exhaust, and it has been tuned. So of course the tune wakes up the computer a little bit, wakes up that transmission a little bit, and kind of makes the whole car a little bit more responsive, a little bit sportier. With that being said, this car does have Eibach lowering springs on it, which kind of firm up the ride a little bit, lower the car down, and they feel very nice, as Eibachs usually do. And then of course the car also has a handful of exterior modifications. Of course, it's been debadged. It has the retro grille on it, which looks mean. And this car also has the ZL1 replica wheels on it, which are also wrapped in Michelin tires, which make this mountain driving experience today all the more fun. But of course, it being a Camaro, it looks incredible. It's in this nice, I don't know the actual name for it, but it's in this nice sort of race red color. I've always thought that red was one of the better colors on a Camaro. Looks nice and sporty, nice and muscly. And of course, with it being a big muscle car, low visibility. I mean, that's a big thing that most people hit on when they drive Camaros, is that the visibility is not great. And I'm going to go out on a limb and say that it's not the worst. I have reviewed a Challenger, and I would say that that is worse than this car. Of course, that rear window, though, is about the size of a postage stamp. So good luck using your rearview mirror. And the side mirrors are really kind of tiny and useless as well. But I do love Camaros. As you all know, I'm a big muscle car guy. I am a Mustang guy. So I'm sure most of you are like, oh, how does it compare to Mustangs? But of course they rival each other, but in my mind, they're both very different cars. The Mustang is a little bit more tame than the Camaro. The Camaro has always been kind of that big, brash American muscle car. It's a little bit more shouty, a little bit more angry than the Mustangs are. The Mustangs are a little bit more, I don't know if I would say refined, but along those lines. They're very different in their personalities. The Camaros are all about being flashy, and of course Mustangs are too. I mean, if you buy a muscle car, you're trying to be flashy. That's just kind of part of the territory. But I would say, as far as muscle cars go, the Camaro is more of a muscle car. Now, which one's better, that's not for me to decide. I do own a Mustang, but I looked at Camaros for a very long time. I think the reason I chose a Mustang over a Camaro was just for daily drivability. There's no reason you couldn't drive a Camaro every single day, don't get me wrong. You've got plenty of cargo space in the trunk. But I feel like in most cases, especially with the visibility, the Mustang kind of wins in my mind. But like I said, I love a Camaro, so really it's just down to preference. This particular Camaro also has a cool little bit of backstory to it. It is on its third owner right now. It sits right around 56,000 miles, which you'll note is low mileage for the car being 7 years old. And the first 2,000 miles that were put on the car were by Michelin for one of their test drive experiences where they have the nice Michelin tires on a car and the, you know, whatever the competitors' tires are, just so you can feel the difference. So this car was originally owned by Michelin, and then after they were done using it for the testing, it was put up for like a silent auction, and a Michelin employee actually won the car, and he owned it for quite a few years, and just recently sold it, and now it's on its third owner. And I just thought that was a cool little bit of backstory to share about this car. It's always fun to find a car with a story, a car that has done more than just been owned by one person and just sat in their garage for its whole life. You know, it's nice to find a car that's got that little special bit of history to it, and even if it's nothing huge, it's still something. So it's always fun to highlight those little stories, share them with you all. But I believe that wraps up our review of this 2012 Camaro. I appreciate all of you watching, and as always, take it easy.